just ahead of Japan, 38.69. That's only .03 outside the world junior record.
I don't have any video on Tyreek.
Not a lot of us.
I can tell you about him. He was at Oklahoma State. He is a world-class sprinter. This guy has blazing speed.
I wouldn't say blazing, like,
oh, we're talking. He's a world-class 220. I think a 200-meter guy.
Got it.
Who has speed all day.
What happens when a homeless kid with supernatural speed defies all expectations at a tiny college most people have never heard of? Tyreek Hill's rise from living without electricity to becoming one of the NFL's most explosive weapons is nothing short of extraordinary. In 2012, before the Super Bowl rings and the $30 million salary, Hill was just another JUCO player fighting to escape poverty. His path from Garden City Community College to NFL stardom highlights the obstacles that separate legends from forgotten talents, and why his story resonates, even if football isn't your thing. The speed that changed everything. How fast does someone have to run to outpace their past? Tyreek Hill grew up in Pearson, Georgia, where his family sometimes went without electricity and often struggled to pay rent. There were nights when his mother had to choose between keeping the lights on or putting food on the table. When Hill was 12, they lost their home completely. The family bounced between relatives' houses and motel rooms, never staying anywhere long enough to feel settled. But one constant remained: the kid could run like the wind. By high school, Hill could cover 100 meters in 10.19 seconds, making him one of the fastest teenagers in America. That speed wasn't just a number, it was his way off the broken pavement of poverty. Despite clocking times that rivaled Olympic sprinters, college football recruiters hesitated. At 5'8", he didn't fit their prototype for a Division I receiver. While taller prospects got offers, Hill worked shifts at Walmart and KFC to help his family scrape by. Track became his proving ground. At the 2012 Georgia State Championships, Hill won gold in both the 100-meter and 200-meter dashes, beating future Olympians. That summer, he took silver in the 200-meter at the World Junior Championships, representing Team USA. Every time Hill stepped onto the track, he carried his family's struggles with him. His grandmother once told him, "You run fast for those who can't." During meets, he'd picture his mother working double shifts at the chicken processing plant. That image pushed him through grueling workouts. Hill sprints in worn-out shoes, resistance drills with car tires tied around his waist. Hill's track success eventually forced football scouts to take notice. Garden City Community College, a tiny Kansas school better known for its rodeo team, offered him a spot. For someone who'd slept on floors and washed in gas station bathrooms, it represented hope. The same explosive stride that won medals would now become his ticket off the JUCO circuit, if he could prove speed mattered more than size. But football demanded more than straight-line speed. At Garden City, Hill had to transform raw athleticism into refined skill, knowing the next chapter of his story would be written far from the track. The JUCO grind and the second chance. Garden City Community College isn't where NFL legends are made, unless you're Tyreek Hill. When Hill arrived at the Kansas Junior College in 2013, it wasn't by choice but by necessity. After receiving no Division I offers despite his world-class speed, this was his last shot. The campus, surrounded by endless wheat fields, felt a world away from the packed stadiums of major college football. Players shared cramped dorm rooms, and by mid-season the practice fields were more dirt than grass. Yet in this humble setting, Hill's determination burned brighter than ever. JUCO football is a grind. There are no chartered flights or luxury facilities, just 6 a.m. weight sessions, shared gear, and long bus rides. Coaches demand grit from players with something to prove. Hill thrived in this environment, showcasing his versatility as a running back, receiver, and returner. In his first game, he scored 3 different ways: a rushing touchdown, a receiving score, and a punt return. His explosive play electrified the field, averaging 14.3 yards every time he touched the ball that season. Making it from JUCO to the NFL is rare. Only about 1.3% of players do, compared to 7.3% from Division I. For Hill, the odds were steep, but his performance forced scouts to take notice. He rushed for 659 yards, caught 31 passes, and scored 19 total touchdowns in one season. His track speed was undeniable. Once he hit the edge, defenders had no chance. Garden City coaches used Hill creatively, lining him up in the backfield, splitting him wide, even giving him direct snaps. Defenses knew he was getting the ball, but couldn't stop him. One punt return against Butler Community College was unforgettable. Fielding the ball at his 10-yard line, he dodged 3 defenders and outran everyone for a 90-yard score. Oklahoma State noticed. After just 3 games of JUCO film, they offered him a scholarship. For Hill, it was validation, but his transition to Division I football came with challenges, and one misstep would change everything. The fall and the comeback. One mistake nearly erased Tyreek Hill's future, until a tiny school gave him one last shot. At Oklahoma State, his career began with immense promise. Coaches envisioned him as a dual-sport star in football and track, leveraging the speed that made him a JUCO standout. During spring practices, Hill routinely burned defenders, positioning himself as a potential centerpiece of the offense and a surefire NFL prospect.
It's one of them typical college stories about a football star and a girl. Like, you know how it is. People just bang, 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 he did this. This is a he say, she say moment.
But in December 2014, everything unraveled. Hill was arrested following a domestic incident with his pregnant girlfriend, leading to his immediate dismissal from Oklahoma State's athletic programs. The felony charge carried potential prison time and left him blacklisted from major college football. For 6 months, Hill worked odd jobs in Georgia, grappling with the reality that his football career might be over. Scouts stopped calling, and the fastest player on any field faced an uncertain future. Eventually, Hill entered a diversion program, completing anger management courses and community service. His legal team negotiated a plea deal, reducing the charge to domestic assault with no jail time. Still, his reputation was in tatters. That's when West Alabama, a Division II school, extended a lifeline. Their coach, Brett Gilliam, saw a young man in need of structure and a second chance. Arriving in Livingston, Alabama, Hill had no room for error. The facilities were modest and the crowds were small, but he embraced the opportunity. He played multiple roles: running back, slot receiver, kick returner, showing flashes of his old explosiveness. Against Delta State, he racked up 307 all-purpose yards, including a 96-yard kick return touchdown. His 40-yard dash time, still in the 4.2-second range, caught the attention of NFL scouts. For context, shaving even fractions of a second off a 40-yard dash can mean the difference between being overlooked and being drafted. Hill's time at West Alabama proved he could contribute while staying out of trouble. When the Chiefs selected him in the 5th round of the 2016 draft, it was a controversial decision. But for Hill, it was a chance to prove he belonged, not just in the NFL, but in life. From risk to legend.
The 165th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, Kansas City Chiefs select Tyreek Hill, wide receiver, West Alabama.
The Chiefs' gamble on Tyreek Hill was about rewriting his story. When Kansas City picked him in the 2016 draft's 5th round, the decision sparked outrage. Local radio shows lit up with angry callers, and sports commentators questioned the ethics of selecting a player with Hill's background, regardless of talent. Even some teammates kept their distance, unsure if this controversial rookie would prove himself or confirm their doubts. Hill felt the weight of those expectations immediately. At his first training camp, reporters focused more on his past than his role on the team. Coaches eased him in on special teams, hoping his speed would shine without drawing too much attention. In Week 1 against San Diego, he returned to punt 78 yards but fumbled near the goal line, a mistake that seemed to validate critics. But then, in a single electrifying game, everything changed. In Week 10 against Carolina, Hill's versatility was on full display. He scored on a 13-yard rush, caught a 4-yard touchdown pass, and returned a punt 95 yards all before halftime. Only 5 players in NFL history had ever achieved that 3-phase scoring feat in a single game, the last being the Hall of Famer Gale Sayers in 1965. For Hill, it was a moment of redemption, shifting the narrative from his off-field past to his on-field brilliance. He finished his rookie year with 12 total touchdowns, cementing his place as a rising star. Early in his career, coaches debated how best to use him. Some saw him as a gadget player, while others believed he could develop into a traditional receiver. The turning point came in 2018 when Patrick Mahomes became the starting quarterback. Their chemistry was undeniable. Mahomes recognized Hill's ability to stretch defenses vertically, and the numbers proved it. That season, Hill caught 87 passes for 1,479 yards and 12 touchdowns, with an average of 17 yards per reception. His speed forced defenses to adjust, opening up Kansas City's offense. By 2020, Hill had silenced the doubters. He became a perennial Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl champion, and one of the NFL's most feared playmakers. A legend forged through speed, skill, and second chances. Tyreek Hill's story transcends touchdowns and track times. It's a testament to how adversity fuels transformation. Imagine standing at the crossroads of your destiny, facing the same obstacles that once slowed Hill's stride. He turned setbacks into stepping stones, proving that raw talent paired with relentless determination can overcome any barrier. From Machuco Field in Kansas to Super Bowl glory, Hill's resilience redefined his path. His legs made him fast, but his mindset made him legendary. Let his journey remind you, the challenges you face today could become the foundation of your triumph tomorrow. What will you do with your moment?